Come in, sir.
Yes, please come.
Thank you, sir.
Mr. Sidarth Jain, please.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Please take your seat.
Thank you, sir.
Feel relaxed and please introduce yourself.
Sir, my name is Sidarth Jain. I come from a place named Kalahandi, from the state of Odisha, from where I have completed my schooling, and I have done my graduation from VSSUT Burla. And my hobbies are playing cricket, watching wildlife documentaries, and playing rock drumming.
Good. My colleague will start.
Okay. So Siddharth, you play cricket. Since
Yes.
how long have you been playing cricket?
Sir, I used to play as a batsman in my university days, sir. And after my preparation, I am playing gully cricket right now.
Okay.
Yes,
So how many years?
Sir, I played for 2 years, sir.
For 2 years you have played.
Yeah.
So you must be playing it from childhood itself.
Yes, from the childhood.
So have you seen cricket evolve, and what are the differences do you observe if we talk about a scale of say 15 years? So how has cricket changed?
Cricket has changed. Sir, it has become more batsman friendly right now. The scores are going up. Today, the strike rates of the batsmen are very much important. If we see,
What else? Okay, one dimension is it has become batsman
friendly. Different new techniques of bowling has come up. Knuckle ball. Then we are seeing
Yeah, right. So
So-
this is the second aspect, that it has become more technique sensitive.
sensitive. And then if we see even from the umpiring standards, the more and more technology like Hawkeye is there, sneakometer is there. So that the decision making is being fair. And sir, also I would like to say, the cricket which was evolved as a gentleman game, has right now it has been also started. We see sledging, more and more of sledging, and it's going as an aggressive game also, as evidence from
So
the recent.
it is a negative manifestation of whatever is happening around,
Sir,
right? So do you think betting should be allowed in cricket?
Batting should be, sir. I think, sir, it should not be allowed, sir. In cricket, because sir, if batting will be allowed, then sir, I think match fixing and all that negative things will be coming up in the back channel, sir. So I don't think that.
So what is your take on these apps like Dream 11, My Circle, etc., which are being used by everyone around? So do you think it's a part of that big ecosystem of betting itself, or what is your take?
Sir, I believe it's a starting point from where the things will grow upwards.
Upwards towards betting.
Upward betting, yeah.
Okay.
So I believe that it should be stopped then and there right now.
Okay, but we see a lot of celebrities who are widely respected. They are, the face of these apps, etc. So don't you think there has to be some immediate measures? So suppose you are at the helm of affairs, you would ban all these apps, won't you?
Sir, if I would have been if I would have to make a policy on that, then in that scenario, sir, first of all, I would like to investigate all the repercussion or ramification happening out of it, this illegal betting. But right now, the knowledge which I have is that it is just the starting point, which is going to grow upwards, and once you start this betting, then people are going to be addicted towards this.
Okay,
Sir.
fine. So you come from Kalahandi,
Yes, sir.
right? So tell me 3 major strengths and weaknesses of your native place.
Yes, sir. First strength would be my district is blessed with the natural assets, and second assets which I believe is the tribal population, the local native population over there, and the third strength is sir, the overall ecology of it, numerous rivers flowing through it, then Utandi river is there, we have Indrabati river is there, and it's a place where I would say different cultures. Third point would be, sir, the GI tag that our state district has got for Havaspuri sari.
Okay. So and what about the weaknesses?
Weakness would be, sir, I would say lack of infrastructure. Infrastructure in the sense lack of hospitals are very poor. Primary, we don't have a good tertiary health care over there. Second would be, sir, we don't have proper road and all that infrastructure is there. and along with the industrialization. And third would be, sir, weakness in the sense that human resource, like since maximum of the people are tribal population are there, literacy rate is low over there.
Okay, and poverty. What about the poverty ratios, etc.?
Yes, sir. See, all the weakness which I've told, like lack of infrastructure, industrialization, and poor, poor literacy rate, it is leading to, sir, poor, like high poverty in the district of Kalahandi.
So have you heard of certain government initiatives by the state government which are specially targeted towards alleviating poverty or increasing literacy rates? Are you aware of some initiatives?
For Kalahandi,
Not specially for Kalahandi, but overall Odisha as such, because it has a large number of such pockets.
sir, I know one initiative by the central government, that is backward grants fund is being there, and along with that we have transformational aspirational district program is there, sir. But as such, sir, for
Local initiatives you are not aware.
I'm
of.
unaware.
Okay, so you have been a part of a band and you have won Armageddon, the war of bands in IIM Raipur.
Yes, sir.
Fine. So why didn't you pursue that particular genre or that particular area as a profession?
Yes, sir. Sir, like I was interested in rock drumming, but however, sir, as a profession, I never looked into that aspect that I wanted to pursue. I always thought it as a hobby, because, sir, first of all, Western music is not that well developed in our country, because band culture is not promoted in India. We have a single, like maximum people go for this individual artist.
Okay.
Right. So that's
So
actually.
tell me, if suppose someone like you who is a very good drummer and he has to take drumming as a profession, is it possible in India to do that?
Yes, sir, it's possible.
So who's your favorite drummer
From India or
from India?
from India, sir, Darshan Doshi.
Okay, so tell me some achievements that we might be knowing.
Of Darshan Doshi.
Yes.
Sir, he is the drummer for the artist Farhan Akhtar, and he has he is one of the he's said to be one of the most prominent drummer in the Bollywood industry. Played for many artists like Shankar Mahadevan, and he was also, sir, associated with many Bollywood songs and movies, sir. And as such, sir, achievements means he has played with different many famous drummers like Ranjit Barot, and then with Gino Banks. So he is and right now he is also, sir, associated with 2 mother members, and he has started the 3 trio club.
Okay, so are you aware of certain local variants of drumming from your home state Odisha? That there might be variants of variants of folk music where drums of different varieties and different types are used. You have not heard?
No, sir, I have not heard about it.
Are there diversity or are there types of drums? Multiple types. Are you aware of some classification?
Sir, basically drumming, sir, can be of various percussion instrument can be of various type, and there are classification like we have dhol, we have cajon, but they are not. I won't say that they are the local variants of it.
Okay, so you are a student of which college have you done your graduation from,
Veer Surendra Sai University of Technology, sir.
and in which electrical engineering?
Yes, sir.
Right. So why did you leave your own field and set foot for the government job?
Yes, sir.
What prompted that push?
Yes, sir. First of all, sir, I believe the respect that this service has got, Indian administrative service as well as the forest services, and second to that, sir, the diversity of this service. We can work on various departments, work for the welfare of the society, and if we consider the electrical engineering, then I believe the narrowness of that was always a factor. And thirdly and fourthly, sir, my own technical acumen, I was not that sound, so I believe that I had a good administrative skill.
Okay, so tell us more about that narrowness that you just mentioned, narrowness of electrical engineering.
Yes, sir. Narrowness means, sir, it's like specific branch, but if I consider that to the administrative services, I have got a lot of department. And since I was also very much interested in the administrative service, administration in the college itself, I was the secretary of my university, so I thought of pursuing this service.
Okay, fine. So those were my questions.
So Siddharth, you play badminton also? or do you watch badminton?
Badminton, sir, I play badminton.
You play? You mentioned badminton as your hobby, right?
Sir,
You mentioned what as your hobby?
sir, watching wildlife documentary,
Mm-hmm.
playing rock drumming, and yes, sir, these two are my hobby actually.
Okay.
I think badminton is better.
Anyways, there seems to be some confusion, but anyways, tell me more about your wildlife watching hobby. When did it start? Did it start after you start writing the exams, civil service?
Sir, I actually started watching wildlife documentary from very earlier age. Like my father, like in the initial days, like when there was Doordarshan, there used to be a show like Bedi Brothers. Then that I used to watch, and after that National Geography also I used to watch. But after like coming for this preparation, when I thought of giving this IFoS examination, I took it in a very positive way, sir.
So, do you think humans should interfere in wildlife at all? I mean, why go film them? Why do research? Let the nature take its own course. When humans were not in charge, like even 5,000 years ago, humans were not in charge of the planet, right? Every organism lived according to its own will and nature. Why don't we do that? Why humans keep on interfering? If some species is going extinct, we put them in zoo and then force them to repopulate. Similarly, cheetah experiment was done in India. 2 cheetahs have died already. You know that cheetahs were brought in from
Yes, sir.
Africa,
Yes,
and
sir. Yes, sir.
2 of the cheetahs have died. Why are we forcing these kind of changes? If it is gone extinct, let them go extinct. Why forcing those poor animals? Two poor animals died. What if some 2 people had died for some experiment? Can we resettle some island and for experiment purpose? Can we put 2 people in some isolated island? Is it not unethical according to you?
Sir, coming to your first question, that why we should go and do some research. Sir, after the industrial revolution, we have seen a lot of deforestation. Like forest patches have been cut down all over the world. So this documentary help in, sir, bringing awareness and education to the people all over the world. Like they bring to the focus of these species which are becoming endangered, the beautiness of this species, and how they play a very important role in the ecology. Like if the vanishing of one how it can affect the whole ecosystem, sir. So that is the like answer to my first question. And second, sir, like coming to the back of
But
cheetah.
most of these wildlife documentaries, they capture very mundane stuff, like for example, pursuing a crocodile. What does it eat? How does it hunt? How does it mate? How are these things helping us? I mean,
Yes, sir. There are documentary like the Crocodile Hunter by Steve Irwin, but there are also, sir, certain documentaries like by David Attenborough, which particularly documents the whole ecosystem, like desert ecosystem, mountain ecosystem, jungles, and forest. So we have got, sir, which are bringing awareness. In fact, like after I watched the documentary, I got a very much like a great passion for this forest and wildlife, sir. I myself got that because like the
so in your personal life, are you doing anything to contribute positively to the biodiversity or in general the environment?
yes, sir. I try to minimize the use of plastic as much as possible, like as minimum as possible. And sir, and also, sir, like whenever like I get like opportunity, I try myself. I would like to go to the nature park or anything.
But are you sure? I mean, the watch that you are wearing, it's made of plastic. You could have opted for some metal watch also. They are available. Metal plus leather or something like that.
Sir, yes, sir. It's true that this watch may be made of plastic, but however, sir, like this was meant. This was a smart watch, so which will help me monitor my own physical activity. That's why I'm watching that, like wearing that. But
Are you sure this smart watch is not available in leather plus metal combination?
sir, I'm not sure about it.
Are you aware of this simple fact that the plastic watches or anything made of plastic is much cheaper than, for example, these mobile phones. If the cover is made of a plastic, it's cheaper. If it's made of metal, it's costlier. So, are you aware of this fact?
Yes, sir. That's the reason actually we are using plastic. We are unable to substitute the plastic that is very cheaper, and the strength of the plastic is very good. So that's why it is used in the packaging material.
So now, that is the whole debate, right? For a developing countries and poor countries like India and maybe the continent of Africa, and there are so many other places where the economic condition is not good. So what should we do? Should we ban plastic, or should we continue with it?
Sir, as per me, I believe we should regulate the use of plastic until we find a substitute for it, rather than going for complete banning. Because in developing country, people can't afford, like we can't afford packaging material of like a aluminium in order to store the milk or any other product. So plastic has to go, but slowly we should like, as the government is bringing out new plastic bill has been brought out, where the thickness of the plastic has went up to 120 macro. So yes, sir, some strict regulation needs to be brought in order to reduce the use of plastic.
So in general, in the last 20 years, what do you see? Is the government regulation increasing or it is decreasing?
Sir, I see a strictness in the regulation is increasing, sir.
So don't you think this is ultimately leading to a very policed kind of a state, where everything is regulated, every part of life, everything is being watched? It is being said that all our communication is also, going to supercomputers, and they are checking all our, talking patterns and everything. Do you think we are going into a good direction with increased regulation in everything?
Sir, like as far as this is concerned, sir, regulation is necessary right now because since our country, we see the literacy rate is not that good, sir. So people are not that educated and aware about that. So I believe government should regulate, sir. It's not like police state. It's just about properly bringing education to the behavior of the people, like what's more harmful. And because, sir, there is also a concept of social harm, sir. If we are reaching that plastic, as we know, it's harmful for the overall ecosystem. So that's why, sir, it's like government has to regulate, sir.
Okay, in your state, very infamous incident of some mining of some hill tracts and forested area happened sometimes. So what is your point of view? Should such kind of projects be scrapped, or should we continue with them?
Sir, for this mining, mining along the hills, government has got two regulations out here. One is EIA, and second is the famous legislation of Forest Right Act. And sir, that projects which were scrapped actually were basically from the Forest Right Act 2006, where the 19 Gram Sabha, they clearly opposed the project Vedanta. So all of them have said no to the project, sir. So if the community, which is the whose habitat is being destroyed, if they are opposing that, then, sir, I believe it must go through that. Then the project should be scrapped, because mining can also happen through other areas, sir.
Okay, so let's suppose India is lacking some resource, for example lithium, and tomorrow we find out you are selected as a forest officer or some administrative officers. I believe you are doing civil service exam also. So you get to know that a large lithium reserve, which is very rare find, is located under some sacred grove or some village area, and you have to go and convince the villagers. How will you do that?
Yes, sir. Suppose, sir, that metal like lithium is very much important for the overall development of our economy, and sir, and the other side, we have also brought sacred groups which are considered the deity for the tribal people. Then, sir, we first of all we need to we need to consult to the other geologists of our country. Is there possibility of lithium in other areas? And if they are saying that it is the only area is there, then we need to sir, then there may be, sir, a EIA has to be conducted over there. EIA has to be done. If the EIA report is saying that it is feasible, and if the same patch of land can be created in other area, then we can go for it, sir.
No, EIA is regarding the environmental factors, right?
Yes, sir.
And the sacred grove problem is a social problem, right? So the environmental problem, let's say it's taken care of. What about the social problem? How will you convince the villagers? You mentioned Forest Right Act, right? So there will be a Gram Sabha.
Yes, sir.
Gram Sabha will reject the project.
Yes, sir.
Then what will you do? How will you convince? That is the main question.
Sir, if the Gram Sabha, as per as the constitution rules and responsibilities, sir, if the Gram Sabha rejects it, then we have to go through that, sir. It's a
But
statutory law.
There is a provision that you can convince them, right? You can inform them. That is allowed, right?
Okay, sir. So if
No.
I need to convince them, then I need to, sir.
Isn't it the state's responsibility to make them aware at least that what is there on the other side also?
Yes, sir. Like in that scenario, sir, I would like to, if that's like it's highly important to mine in that area, then sir, I would believe that, sir, if there is the same patch of forest is nearby, along with the same habitat, so if that is possible, then sir, I would like to convince them that to shift there.
Okay, Siddharth. You have mentioned in your tab Raipur also.
Raipur, yes, sir.
You have been in Raipur also.
Yes, presently after my graduation, sir, I've been like staying with Raipur with my mother.
Okay. You did your BE in 2015.
Yes, sir.
Since then, what you have been doing?
Yes, sir. Sir, after my graduation, I've been pursuing for civil services as well as forest services, sir. And
No
and-
job, nothing.
No, sir. And blue. But after after second 2/3 attempt, sir, I've been like working as a freelancer in the coaching institute, sir. And currently also I've been associated as a
As a
faculty
content
member.
writer.
Sir?
As a content writer.
No, sir. I've been working as a mentor as well as, sir, right now I've been also working as a faculty for environment in coaching institute on Path IAS, sir.
Have you appeared for the civil services exam, sir? Also,
Yes, sir.
you have given the interview this year.
No, sir.
Which attempt? You did it 6th attempt.
It is my 6th attempt, sir.
Okay. Tell me about Raipur, New Raipur.
Yes, sir. Sir, New Raipur is an extension of the like Raipur city. And sir, we see like a lot of development projects like coming up in New Raipur. Like we have got I am Raipur over there. We have got this new cricket stadium, and also, sir, this the safari park in the New Raipur. So these are some of the new development, and also, sir, we are witnessing the ministries, departments, and everything are coming up in New Raipur, sir.
You are from Odisha.
Yes, sir.
Can you name some Ramsar sites of your state?
State, sir. Yes, sir. First is Bhitarkanika National Park. Then we have got Chilika. Then we have got Hirakud Reservoir. Then we have got Ansupa Lake. And there are 2 more to it, sir. Yes.
Tell me 1-2 lines for each. Their specialities.
Specialty. Sir, Chilika is Asia's largest brackish water lagoon. Then Bhitarkanika is very much famous
There's
for
some species also I would
Species?
like from you.
Yes,
Chilka,
sir.
there is very special variety of some species there.
Sir, yes, sir. There are birds. There are like
No,
migratory
not
birds.
bird. It is some.
Sir, yeah, I remember. It's Irrawaddy dolphin.
That's right.
Yes.
You must mention that also. Okay. Then other sanctuaries.
Sir, Bhitarkanika National Park, it's famous for sir, saltwater crocodile, and nearby to that we have got Gahir Mata, just adjacent to it, and it's famous for olive-ringed turtle. And sir, Satkosia Gorge. Satkosia Gorge is very much famous right now for this for introduction of gharials.
What are the important flora and faunas of your state?
Flora and fauna of our state. Yes, sir. Like first of all, sir, coming to the flora part, sir, we have got sal forest, we have got teak forest, and there is a forest named Barabara forest in nearby Chilika, which is the largest sal and teak forest in Asia. Then we have also got, sir, like 3 more local trees are known, that is known as Bahada, then Horrida, and sir Amla. So these are the 3, like these are the important, sir, flora. And coming to the, sir, fauna part, like Odisha is a state to have all the 3 types of crocodile: saltwater crocodile, magar crocodiles, and sir gharials. And also, sir, our state like we have got tigers, melanistic tiger, as well as, sir, normal tigers are there. Then we have got pangolins. Then Odisha like we have got around 2000 elephants are there. And sir, along with that we have like herbivores like, sir, like cheetahs, sambar, spotted deers are also found along with
Name
it, sir.
some national parks of your state.
Yes, sir. Sir, there are 3 important national parks in our state. One is Bhitarkanika National Park, then we have got Simlipal National Park, and then we have got, sir, Satkosia National Park.
Nandankanan.
Nandankanan is a zoo.
So, what is the specialty of that zoo?
Sir, yes, sir. It is the only Jew to go for captive breeding for the successful captive breeding of pangolin, and sir, this is the Jew which is first products first it is reared. I think the white tiger.
White tiger. Okay. What do you understand by the aspirational districts? How many districts has been identified in India?
115 districts, sir.
Why they are called aspirational districts?
Aspiration means, sir, I would like to say in Hindi, sir.
Okay, go.
तो उनको सर बनाना है, उनको जो ये सब जो बैकवर्ड डिस्ट्रिक्ट सब जो है इनको कुछ एस्पिरेशन देखिए सर, इनको आगे बढ़ाना है. So that's why we are saying this aspirational district, sir.
Okay. Likewise, recently our Honorable Prime Minister has initiated some further aspirational. What is that?
Sorry,
Aspirational blocks. Have you heard?
Sorry, sir, I'm unaware about it.
Oh, 500 blocks have been identified. Aspirational blocks. In a Chief Secretary's meeting on the 8th of January, for the first time, Prime Minister has marked that, okay, now there are certain blocks also, you see the smaller part of the district, that are much more backward, and we have to reach to the last mile. That's why in this year's budget they have mentioned of the last mile reach. That is the mentioning about the blocks.
Thank you, sir.
What do you understand by Vibrant Villages program?
Vibrant Villages program. I think, sir, it came up in last year budget. Vibrant Villages program. I think it was mainly. I think it was about Northeast, sir. Northeast.
What is the objective of it?
Development of the infrastructure in the Northeast and improvement of the livelihood program, sir. Improvement of the livelihood in the Northeast, the bordering villages.
Bordering to which country?
I think, sir, China.
China. How many districts? How many states? About Vibrant Village. What is the forest policy of India?
Forest policy of India. 1988 forest policy, sir.
Right.
Yes, sir. To improve the forest cover to 33%. Then, sir, we are in national forest policy. We are focused on joint forest management.
What is joint forest management?
Yes, sir. Joint forest management is all about, sir, involving the forest dwelling community as a stakeholder or as a partner in the management of forest.
Okay. What are the various tourist places one must see in Odisha? 4-5 places.
Yes, sir. One I would highly recommend would be Chilika National Park for the sighting of the birds as well as Irrawaddy dolphin. Secondly, sir, to visit the local places of KVK district, which are blessed with a lot of natural areas. And thirdly, sir, our state is very much famous for Jagannath Puri temple, and along the side we have Bhubaneswar also. We have got Lingaraj temple is there. And we have the triangle with the Konark temple forms the triangle. And the fourth, the government is coming up with eco-retreat camps in the month of December in different places, sir.
What do you understand by minor forest produce and major forest produce?
Yes.
What is the difference between these two?
Sir, minor forest produce are all the products that we obtain without cutting the timber, like fruits, flowers, leaves. And major forest produce means
some examples that
sir,
not just generic, no.
Sorry, sir. Minor forest produce examples are, sir, seeds of the fruits, like essential oil from which we derive the essential and non-essential oil, like sal seeds. Example going by that. Then we have got, sir, kendu pata leaves. Yes, sir. And then we have also got, sir, resins can be also got from minor forest
and
produce.
what is major forest produce?
Sir, major forest produce would be, sir, the cutting from the timber that we get.
Timber.
Yes, sir. So that is all about major forest produce.
Any other? How they are associated with the tribal's livelihood? Minor forest produce?
Minor forest produce, sir. Yes, sir. Generally, sir, sabai grass. So we see the people of the Mankidia tribes. They make rope from the sabai grass. Then the honey collection. Then we have also got, sir, carpet weaving, mat weaving. So
Okay.
these are all the improving the livelihood.
Okay, my last question is, you are from Kalahandi. Kalahandi is very notorious for the poverty, and abject poverty is there. People are not having enough food to eat, and they have to survive on the roots and the leaves and all these things. What is the situation now? How much government has helped to coming out from the poverty?
So the situation has changed very much in the earlier days. Earlier we have also got the report of child saving from from the district of Kalahandi, but the situation has changed completely after the coming up of Indravati project. Today Kalahandi has got the highest number of rice mill all over the state of Odisha, and also the farmers are today growing 2 crop seasons. Yes, I know the problem persists in terms of soil erosion and lack of fertility in the soil, but yes sir, with the government step and more irrigation coming up, the poverty situation are like people are coming out of poverty and malnutrition.
Okay, now Siddharth, your formal interview is now over.